So we did all the luxury airline credit cards last week. It's time for round two. Let's see how the mid-tier looks like. Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. If this is your first time to the channel, we're talking about credit cards, points, finances, and travel. If this is something that interests you, please like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. So last week we did all the luxury airline credit cards. The numbers did not look nearly as good as I thought, but to be honest, you need to be flying often in order for you to get one of these credit cards to begin with. So if you're committed to a credit card or a company because you're flying them all the time, you will get a whole lot better, not only experience, but value. But it goes without saying that most of us don't travel that often, especially with one specific airliner. So I thought it was important to follow up that video with a mid-tier and see how they look. Without any further ado, let's jump to the presentation and come back to wrap it up. So I decided to keep exactly the same companies. We have Southwest, Delta, United, and American Airlines. Again, it goes without saying that you need to do your due diligence and know which airlines fly to where you're trying to go. Otherwise, they're useless, right? We're starting with the Southwest. Southwest, Premier. The valuation is the same amongst all of them except for American Airlines, of course. So we have 1.3 cents per point for all of them and 1.2 for the American Airlines. 40,000 points after spending $1,000 in 3 months for the Premier. The credits look great, 6,000 points every year, 2 early bird check-ins every year. 25% off on in-flight purchases. We don't have any fancy here memberships or lounge accesses. So multipliers, 3x on Southwest, 2x on rental, a local transit, internet, cable phone, 1x on everything else. And the return on spend, 46%. That is incredible. The American Express Delta SkyMiles Gold. We're looking at 70,000 current offer. $2,000 after 3 months, 1 check back for free. Now, here I neglected to say that on the Southwest, you're getting 2 bags for free with 2 checked bags, but this is for all customers. It's not a credit card specific perk, so it goes for everyone. That's why it's not here, but it has 2 checked bags for free. So first check back for free for the gold. Up to 9 people per reservation, so they're all gonna get that check back for free. Priority boarding, cabin 1, 20% off in-flight purchases. The multipliers, 2x on Delta, US restaurants, US supermarkets, 1x on everything else. Now, again, this is American Express specific. It's all US. Why US? Delta goes to 60 countries. Why can I not get these multipliers if I'm traveling? It's a travel credit card. It should go without saying that these should be good anywhere in the world, but they're not. So, and that's to everything except the actual American Express Gold that has that 4x on restaurants, but not on grocery stores. Anyway, the return on spend is incredible. 51%. Guys, okay. I give you $1,000, you give me $1,500 back. That's how good it is. So it's great. The United Explorer, 50,000 after spending 3,000 in 3 months, 1 check back for free, $100 TSA pre global entry, and this one has 2 one-time passes for the United Club. Now, I don't have any evidence that this is available for the whole Star Alliance group lounges, but for United, it's there. So this is the only credit card that gives you some taste of what is to have a more premium credit card. It gives you the TSA credit and that lounge access, even though it's limited. The return on spend is 30%. We cannot expect heaven and earth from a mid-tier airline credit card. Airline credit cards, I mean, you know how hard it is to get something good in airlines nowadays. So yeah, 30%. And the American Airlines Platinum Select, 50,000 after 2,500 in 3 months. 1 check back for free. It's only for domestic, and it's only for 4 people maximum. So it's a very chopped down version cheaper version of the same benefits that every other credit card is offering. 2x on American restaurants, gas, 1x on everything else. The main thing that makes this card, I'm scared to say okay, but okay, let's say okay, is that 2x on gas. The return on spend, 29%. But as we know, we are very interested to see what happens in the second year and every year after. So for the second year, we apply our typical imaginary budget of $12,000 equally spread in 4 categories. Travel, gas, groceries, and restaurants. And we see that the credits and the multipliers make all the difference here. 6,000 points we get with the Premier. So that with the multipliers gives us a return on spend of 2.1. On the Delta Gold, we only get the one check back really and nothing else, and the multipliers, and that translates to 1.8%. The United Explorer, we don't have the credit that we had at the beginning. It's now the second year. We don't have the TSA pre. So we only have that 2-time passes for the United Club that I am not calculating in this because honestly, my personal experience is that I always somehow travel to different terminals, and I'm not the kind of guy that's gonna go out of his way to go get a free drink or something. So yeah, twice a year. I mean, you can add that definitely. That 1.7% return on spend doesn't reflect those passes. So if you add those, there's a good chance you're gonna go over the gold. But just so you know, just to make it clear. But on the Platinum Select, there's really nothing. There's really nothing on this credit card. It's just 1.6 and it's plain. There's no experience. There's nothing. It's a piece of nothing like the company is really. So that's it. So now let's see how they look next to each other. For the first year is the Delta Gold, the second is the Southwest Premier, third is the Explorer, fourth is the Platinum Select, and for the second year we have the Premier, Gold, Explorer, and Platinum. The Explorer on the second year has really the opportunity, the potential to go second place if you count for those free passes. But yeah, I mean, and overall it's gonna offer the best experience because you're gonna get the TSA pre. But if you don't have TSA pre, that means you don't travel that much to begin with, so it doesn't matter for the one time a year that you're going to the airport. So what is the best strategy for this kind of credit cards? Well, first of all, you need to understand that if you don't want to leave money on the table, you always start with Chase. And you start with all the flexible currency credit cards. You want to get the unlimited, the Freedom Flex. You're going to get the Sapphire credit cards. You're going to get, if you can, the business credit cards. And then you want to move on to other companies like the American Express, like Citi, that they're going to give you also some flexible currency. You can leave out of the equation things like the Citi Custom Cash that has 5x on whatever you spend the most. So you really need to do your due diligence. These kind of specific credit cards need to come much later in the game. So don't go and jump on these credit cards because you think, oh, I'm flying these, so I should get it. Make sure that you get them with the right order. If you're out of 524, if you do have flexible currency credit cards and you know you're flying one of these companies, absolutely go get them, especially for the first year. They always make sense. Always, like any credit card. All of them, even the American Airlines, I can't believe I'm saying this, it makes sense for the first year. For the second year and every year after, unless you're flying at least twice a year, at least twice, you have really no good reason to have one of these credit cards, especially if you have like a flexible currency credit card, like a Sapphire credit card, American Express, definitely the Platinum. If you have one of those, you definitely don't need these unless you're flying all the time. If you're flying for work and you find yourself in an airport every week, absolutely get one of these and absolutely get the more expensive version of these because you're going to get a whole lot better experience with the more expensive credit cards. But for the occasional traveler, these are great, especially for the first year. I would not keep them for the second year. But let me know if you guys have any of these credit cards. How do you like them? What's your experience? Share with others. I've seen a lot of engagement lately with comments. You guys go to other viewers and you comment on them. You help them make a decision, and I love seeing that. I love seeing that. That's a community. So thank you so much for watching. Until the next one. Ciao.